Hi everybody, Rick Hinderer here, Rick Hinderer Knives, and I'm speaking at you today, with you today, from the ranch. Actually, today is, what is today, Sunday. You're seeing this video Tuesday, and I am at the SHOT Show 2016. It's the first day of the show, and what I wanted to do is I wanted to do a little video on the introduction of two new models that I've been working on for the past couple months, and frankly, I'm really excited about these two new models. There's a lot of differences with them. It's a departure from the XM18 series and kind of the, that style of knife. I've stepped outside the box a little bit on a couple things, and came up with a couple designs that I think are just fantastic. And I know and hope you all think the same when you get to see them. We decided to debut these, even though Rob kind of put up some teasers on Facebook, so you kind of know a little bit about what they may look like, but of course not the whole thing. And so once you see them, I think you'll agree that they're definitely a departure. One of the knives has a new patent pending feature on it. It's again something I was working on for the past couple months. An idea that I had popped into my head, and it worked out fantastic, worked out great. And I think it's going to be a real game changer in folding knives as in relation to being able to modify, customize, change up the knife. Our whole thing is customization and being able to take, whether it's a pen, make it modular, whether it's a pen, a knife, and I'm kind of taking that even further, and I think you guys are going to really like it. So I'll explain all of that to you here in this video, because by the time you see the video, it'll pretty much be out there. So first knife that I'm going to show you is, I ended up naming it the Sherman. And when you see it, when I explain it, you'll kind of see why it ended up being called the Sherman, which harkens back to the Sherman tank. And I think you guys probably know where I'm going with that. And once we got the prototype done, everybody in the shop thought the same thing. So let me grab it. So this is it. In a folded, with it being folded up. It's got, of course, the flipper, but as you can see, let me flip this out. As you can see, it is a definite departure from the XM18 type knives. This is more of a linear design, meaning everything is more of a straight line rather than a dropped handle. There's a lot of angular features to the knife. I wanted to get kind of a flavor, and again, hence Sherman, flavor of more of an angular type, lines. Instead of a lot of arcs and everything, you see a lot of lines, more straight lines. Actually, but yet it feels really good. Now this is a small knife. The blade is 2 3/4 inches long. So as a designer, designing small knives are actually harder than larger knives. And the reason being is you've got a lot less real estate to be able to get into your hand. So, but this one, the way I designed it, you can kind of see the way I have it in my hand where my fingers lie. Your pinky lies on the back end of it, which is just more of a straight line this way. And it has jimping, very light jimping on the back end. So that it helps, when you're holding it, it helps keep that pinky on the knife. So as you can see, just with it in my hand, it just kind of, it really fits well. The other thing that is different on this one, being that it's 2 3/4 inches long in the blade length. However, the blade thickness is 1/6/5, which is the same as my 3.5 inch XM18. Now, a lot of you are probably thinking the same thing I thought when we made the first prototype. It's like, gosh, that thing's got to be thick. But I don't know if you guys can see it, but the way I did the handles is I dropped down on this is all titanium, by the way, but I dropped down from the main thickness of the titanium slabs. I dropped down in this area, and what that gives you, if you look at the back of the knife, is it actually, even though it's 1/6/5 thick, it doesn't look that way, and when you're holding it, it doesn't feel that way. So I think I accomplished what I set out on, making a little tank of a knife that doesn't look or feel like a chunk of steel and titanium in your hand. So this one here has, of course, my back spacers. Now it does not have a lanyard, and I will get to that after I show you the second knife. My thoughts on that. This is something that diehard Hinderer fans are going to be like, wow, we never thought we would see that. As a lot of you know, I am a tip down person. So in other words, my clip is always up here. And we ship all of our knives that way. As you can see, this is tip up only. So I know a lot of people are going to be like, Hinder's finally gotten over to the dark side. Well, just on this knife for now. It will be. We didn't do it on this one, the prototypes, but on the production ones, we're going to have left or right carry option. So the other thing, there's a couple other things on this knife. The texturing. I did a brick texture. How that came to me, I probably shouldn't say on camera, but it's kind of built like you can fill in later on. That's what it was. I was sitting here looking at it and I'm like, man, that thing's built like oh yeah, bricks. That would be cool. So that's how the brick texture, and it turned out really nice. It has a real subtle texture to it, but yeah, it looks really cool. This knife also has a floating stop pin. It's different construction than a lot of knives with a floating stop pin. The stop pin is in the blade. There is not a channel cut in the blade. The channel is actually in the handles. So I like that method better myself because I can put a really large stop pin. You can't see it because it's hidden, but the stop pin that's in this is 3/16 in diameter. It's a big, beefy, thick stop pin, which adds to the strength of the lock. Also, the stop pin is stopping up at the top of the knife. So you have that in a liner lock or a frame lock, you have that wide triangle, which guarantees a good solid lock. So even though this is a 2 7/8 or 2 3/4 inch blade, 2.75-inch blade, it is really strong. You're definitely not going to break it. So that was, again, hence the tank. So it has, of course, my lock bar stabilizer. The prototype blades are D2. You probably are seeing that. The production ones will be something different besides D2. I think that's about it on this one. Again, I think it's a really cool little knife for a lot of you out there that want to carry a really heavy duty, but a knife that's smaller. I know even 3.5, sometimes it's a little big, especially in some jurisdictions where you can't carry a 3.5-inch blade, or definitely a 4-inch blade. This one being a 2.75, you can carry it probably just about anywhere, I would think. And it will be a super daily carry, and really talk about up to the task. It would definitely be up to task for just about anything. So that's this one. Again, we're going to call it the Sherman. And a lot of you guys, once you handle it the first time, I think you'll agree it definitely earns its name as a Sherman. So the next one we'll show you is what we call the MP1, Modular Platform 1. It's the first knife that's going to have a modular platform. And that's the first knife that's going to have this patent pending new feature. It's also a different one, different in design. This is it, again, folded. The prototype, it's also all titanium, being a prototype. But obviously, flipper. There's a lot of different design elements to this that's different than the XM18 series and some of the other knives that I've designed. It's more, it's more of a linear type knife, nice and slender in the front, and we have what's a little bit different here. We have a little more of a pronounced pinky groove, what I call a pinky groove, in the back, and this right here, this design feature right here, is what's a little bit different. It's something I've been wanting to try. Usually, like on my Gerber rescue knife, I did kind of the same thing. In fact, Ben, I've got one of those. This is, Ben's running the camera, by the way, so if it's a little shaky, it's Ben. He was on duty last night, and well, actually all weekend, right?
Yep.
So he 3 engine rides and 2 squad calls, right? So he's a little shaky today. So anyway, back to the knives. Of course, that's my Gerber Rescue that I designed years ago. As you can see it has the same pinky, what I call pinky groove in the back end of it. So what's different on this is, see how this cuts in here and then feathers out. On this one, it's actually the opposite. So my new one, the MP1, it actually feathers and then comes more into a curve or into a radius right here, and then you have the pinky groove. And what that did was, it's amazingly comfortable. It locks into your hand. It's incredible. When I first did it, I didn't know how it was going to feel. Wow, it really, everybody that has put this knife in their hand, which is only everybody here at Hinderer Knives, said the same thing, that is so comfortable. So that was kind of my design thought on the underside of the knife. The blade is a really long, kind of more of a long belly type blade. This type of a grind, this type of a blade style is really good for draw strokes and cutting. And it's more kind of a slimline type blade. So really cool, I think really cool blade that matches all of the features in the handle. As you can see, it's something a little bit different. Even though this is all titanium, we have my XM18 texture inlaid into the handle, and it also runs on the lock side too, which is really cool. Of course, this is tip down, tip up, running the same as the XM18, which is good because everybody that has gotten all the aftermarket clips, they will all, with both the Sherman and the MP1, the new designs, you guys can put your clips, the Hinderer horse clip, all the different clips you can put in on the new knives as well as the vast array of the filler tabs that we're doing, which we're going to be doing a lot more of those. So those are features, again, that you can be able to dress up your knife and everything. It's got the same type of floating stop pin going, exact same as the Sherman, 3/16 stop pin. It operates the exact same way as the Sherman. So a very, very strong knife, as well as I think is really stylish. The other thing, I don't know if some of you remember the Inferno that I did years ago. The Inferno had a really neat corner rounding on the edge of the handle. That I transferred, I did that on the MP1 for part of the handle. So I don't know if you could be able to see this, but on the edges here is kind of a 3-stepped rounded edge. And it's what it is, it's actually, I used a ball nose end mill and did 3 different passes, and it stepped the edges. So it's kind of like round, but it's like, I can't think of the word for it, but it's not serrated, but it's kind of like round, but yet it's grippy. It's grippy. Um, and the reason I came up with that in the Inferno is more of like, you know, when you use your knife, sometimes you get this twisting. When you're twisting it and your hand kind of twists on the handle, that kind of helps with that twisting. So you have a lot better grip. So I added that to this knife from here back, regular chamfer all the way around, except for here, and it starts with that. And it gives you a really neat look. Eye appeal, it kind of, you're looking at the knife and you're seeing things you didn't see before. You know, when you're sitting there playing with it and you're saying, oh, wow, that's pretty cool. And I always thought that was neat in a knife design, in the make of a knife, is when you can be able to play with it for a week, a month, and you find little features on it that you didn't know that was there. And I think this knife really has that appeal. It's stylish, but yet it's tough, and it'll take, again, that's what I think Hinderer knives are known for, is their ergonomics coupled with the toughness that you can use every day, all day for years and years. And this knife definitely has that. So now on to the other really exciting part of this, and that is what is called the Hinderer Modular Backspacer System. Now, you're probably wondering, what the hell is that? Well, what I wanted to come up with is, again, with my modular pen and everything, I like tools to be modular. I like for a tool, whether it's a pen, a knife, a firefighting tool, whatever, to be, and I kind of got this idea way back when I was on the fire department, is when you jump off the engine, you can't take one tool that does everything. Yeah, there's all kinds of different tools. So I always thought, man, if you can have one thing that would do multiple things. In fact, that's where the rescue came from, was multiple, there's all kinds of different stuff in one tool. So the Hinderer Modular Backspacer System, the HMBS for short, is what I did. This has a backspacer, but it's not a normal backspacer. It looks like a backspacer that you normally put in a knife, in the construction of the knife. This one, however, is removable without even taking the knife apart. Now you're probably wondering why. Why have something of a backspacer that really doesn't work as a backspacer? Well, think of this. If you can be able to take, and that's not just a backspacer, it's a system. So right now we have a lanyard. But how about if you can put a screwdriver on that? How about a window breaker, window punch? How about nothing at all? So you don't like lanyards. You would like to see the nice feature of the back of the handle without anything sticking out back here. How about a pop bottle opener? Anything that you can dream up as a tool that you would like on your personal knife. Again, as the slogan that we have around here is your life, your Hinderer. Make it your own. So here, make it your own, whatever you like. Now let me show you how this works. It's really kind of cool. So we have just a regular Allen wrench, and you can take, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to remove this removable backspacer, again, without even taking the knife apart. You can do it with the blade out, or, as I would like to do it, with the blade in, so it's nice and safe, so you don't accidentally cut yourself while you're doing it. So you take your Allen wrench, you put it in this slot back here, and you simply loosen up the Allen screw that holds it in, and you actually just take this out. So you have your backspacer piece right here, and if you don't even want the backspacer in a knife, guess what? It's got standoffs in it. So even if you don't want anything in there and you like this open style in a knife, take it out. Say you're going to church on Sunday and you just want this to be plain, something different, take it out. So what we have now, I've only got a couple different backspacers. So this is a plain one. So we take that, merely put it in like that. I'll close the blade so I don't actually cut myself. Put that in. And now you have the knife without the lanyard. So you see the nice lines without having a lanyard. If you don't use a lanyard, you don't need to. And you can see that now it has a backspacer in the knife. So say you're on a rescue and you want to go and pop windows, which we all like to do. Not that we do it on all the calls. I was on 10 years. I think I only had 2 cases where I had to break a window. So, and the one, I broke it with a 4x4. It was laying in the ditch. The car was upside down. And hey, that'll break a window. Not very glamorous on Ben. You can see the camera move up and down as he's saying yes. Anyway, there's the regular backspacer. And we will put in a window brake. Which this is a prototype window brake. So I'm going to move it down here. So when a lot of you are like, hey man, that's going to be sharp on your hand. Well, I'm going to put it down here on the next ones. So, but the whole premise of it is you can make it your own. You can do whatever you can add to this. We're going to have all kinds of different tools as time goes on that you can be able to put into your modular backspacer system. So there'll be tons of different things that we're going to do in the future. So the whole point is it's really nice. You can obviously you can see just how fast it is to take these out and add new ones. So think about it. Every time when you go out, you get a new piece in from the ranch, literally in seconds, you can put it in your knife, and you have a whole different look to the knife. As well, we are going to be offering these in all kinds of different materials. So this right here is titanium. We're going to offer them in brass, copper, niobium, krypton. Maybe not krypton, but you get the point. We're going to be offering them in tons of different flavors and styles and all that. So again, make it your own. As well is I am going to be working on this, on making it retrofittable to other knives. So I don't want to let the cat out of the bag, but hey, wouldn't that be cool if you can add to the lineup of different clips, filler tabs, lock bar stabilizers, all the different things, accessories that you guys can dress up, fix up, make your knife, your Hinderer, your own. This adds to that even more. So, and if we can do a retrofit into other existing knives, wouldn't that be so cool? So that's why we're pretty doggone excited here. The atmosphere in the shop has been amazing, absolutely amazing. Everybody is just so excited for 2016. We're really excited about 2016. It's going to be a real breakout year for Rick Hinderer knives. We got 2 really cool brand new models that are totally different. We're going to be coming out with the dagger, which is a little bit, it's redesigned. The Project X that some of you have heard about, that's going to be done. The fire tack is, I am redoing the fire tack, kind of upgrading it. I wouldn't say upgrading it, updating it. It's going to be an updated fire tack. That's going to be, instead of the old fire tack, I'm putting in like for instance, standoffs, XM18 standoffs are going to go into new fire tack. So I'm letting the cat out of the bag on one thing that you're going to expect with that knife. So Project X, and also more fixed blades. We're going to have more fixed blades this year. We got the field tack. That is the first production run of the field tack's coming out. Probably, I'm hoping I got a couple of them to show at SHOT Show. So If you see me or Rob or Ben at the SHOT Show, if any of you guys are going to be here, say, hey, you guys got that new production fire tack or field tack. So the other is FXMs. We come out with those. I got another little neck knife, the Ember Necker. That's going to be coming out very shortly, and a whole bunch of other stuff. It's dizzying. I don't know if that's a word. It's dizzying what's going to be happening this year. I got so much stuff up my sleeve. You guys are going to love it. So that's pretty much it from the ranch. I'm going to be getting ready to go to Vegas here pretty soon. Tomorrow I'm heading out. You guys are going to see this Tuesday. And there's going to be a whole lot of neat gun stuff out there at SHOT Show too. So I guess that's pretty much it. Thanks, Ben, for standing there. Wake up, Ben. Got him woken up. So anyway, thanks, y'all. We'll see you soon. Thanks.